Hello, JoeHart here. Sifa, how are ya? Thank you. I wasn't quite ready, so I'm walking to the microwave. I'm heating up tea. Sifa, those are beautiful. Love them. Love them, love them, love them. Um, anyway, sorry about that light. Um, I'm just getting some tea. I'm trying to drink tea um, every day now just to try to stay healthy or, whatever. So let me turn off that light. Okay, so let me go back to sit down. So how you been, Sifa? It's good to see you. Thank you for being here. We've got a pretty busy day. So a couple of things going on. I'm, going to go over the schedule and stuff. Oh, good idea. Oh, tea. Yeah. That's it's Anyway, try to whatever. I'm trying to drink the peppermint and stuff to. I generally have, tummy problems, so I'm just trying to do all that stuff. So that's good. But the bottom line is I hope I don't get into the pattern of stopping. I've been struggling, but I'm good. Well, I'm sorry about you struggling. Look at that. That Sifa, that is awesome. So oh, good idea. Yeah, I think you're right. And then you said I've been struggling, but I'm good. Yeah, well, I don't like hearing about the struggling. I'm bummed about that. I wish you weren't struggling. I'm going to plug in. Let me see what my battery is. 76%. I'll go ahead and plug it in just so I don't forget it later. But anyway, so it's Saturday. The most common event in motorsports for Saturday is the NASCAR Xfinity Series, which is what that's true for today too. So let me get a little more situated, get all my devices, facing in the right direction, getting my Gatorade off to the side, and so okay, so let's see here. So that's later. Let's do the schedule first. So just to get an idea of what's going on. And some of my streams, like I was saying earlier, that I hope to by the way, hello, thank you for all the live viewers. I really appreciate live viewers. I really appreciate comments. That's how you that's how you engage, and that's how you that's the way to do things. You don't want to talk to yourself, so you want comments. So I really appreciate that. But otherwise, all spectators, all watchers, all viewers are welcome. All listeners. I know some people, are doing a lot of work, and so they're just listening. They're not actually watching because watching is really time consuming. So anyway, and I know some people call it lurkers. I'm not a real big fan of that, but anyway, everybody's welcome. If you would like to make a comment, let me know what platform or destination you're viewing from. That would be great. I'd love that. Just to shout all them out. That I'm having a lot of technical difficulties recently with StreamYard. I keep expanding the number of platforms or destinations or platforms that I'm sending them to, and as one doesn't work, I just add another one. So it's anyway. So just to shout out, I'm trying to do 8 streams, and I've been trying to do that the last 8 destinations, and I've been trying to do that the last few days, but one always never works. So I try 8, it does 7. Try 8, does 7. But there's other ones that are anyway. So a big shout out. I want to just mention all the destinations again. Thank you to all the destinations or platforms to be watching, to make comments. Not all platforms can receive comments, and not all platforms can give comments, which again, that's engagement. That's how you grow a room or a community. So I think comments are really important. Anyway, so if you can't make comments, so anyway, shout out to Facebook profile and then Facebook page. I have both. They both seem to have different kinds of problems with their stuff. And then LinkedIn profile. Thank you for doing your stuff. That seems to be having a challenge too. Maybe I'm just not. Anyway, I might be doing everything correctly and they're streaming correctly, but it comes up with like error messages or extra things and stuff. So anyway, LinkedIn is a little challenging. And now for YouTube, I have 2 channels. Someone recommended to me, someone recommended to me to set up a backup channel because I was starting to, hear from Big Brother on things that I was doing, incorrectly and otherwise. And so I was like, oh yeah, I guess I've always heard people had a backup channel. So I set one up. I don't know if I did it correctly. I guess I want to talk to someone like, I guess the only person I know that formally has a backup is Brittany, and then Brittany J2 is her backup. And what I did is I just went into my one channel and then made another channel. But I don't know if you're actually supposed to do a completely different account with a completely different email, so that, I mean, if I was God for a day for YouTube, I would do certain things. So it would behoove us to make up a completely separate account. But anyway, right now, mine's is just a backup to the first one. So anyway, the primary one is still the same one, JoeHart, PwD's 8641. And I welcome everyone following that and stuff. And maybe I'll throw that out there. I have a bunch of Nightbots. I apologize for that. But let me throw my YouTubes out there. And again, with all the streams I'm sending to, I write a comment once and it comes out 4 times. So I do apologize for all those. But anyway, there's, JoeHart PwD's 8641. That's my YouTube. And then Francis Assistant. And that's a picture of my kitty cat. And Francis is my kitty cat and I'm his assistant. So it has, I think it's -NG something. Anyway, it's got a longer name than just a Francis Assistant, but I would love, oh no, it's right there. So Francis Assistant -NK1GC, as in Nancy, Kevin, 1, Greg, Charlie. So I would love if you followed both. It'd be great. All platforms. I'd welcome engagement on all platforms. I mean, I don't want to say, please follow me on Facebook and please follow me on LinkedIn, because I'm using the wrong name. Like LinkedIn, it's please be my first connection. So anyway, I want engagement in all the things. That would be great. Anyway, let's. So that's those 2. So thank you to them, and then Twitch, of course. Twitch is consistent and loyal, and I'm able to stream there. I still don't understand Twitch. Someday I might, but it goes with no problem every time. And then Twitter seems to be the bane of my existence. Twitter is my largest platforms. They're for the last 12 years or whatever. Twitter has always been my biggest. I subbed to cool to Sir Francis. Thank you so much. Woohoo, Sir Francis. Thank you so much. So anyway, Twitter, it's always been my biggest platform. So when I got into YouTube, I was like, well, I don't have anybody on YouTube, and it seems to be challenging for me to grow. I think my disability, anyway, I think I'm a little rough around the edges, and I think my disabilities, I talk about too much. And then I have this person that helps me, but I feel like I get criticized too much. But that's me. I'm hypersensitive and things like that. But, I think they're wanting me to be perfect and have Christmas lights and not cuss, and, which, is, anytime you get a warning from YouTube, they're called warnings, and then they're called strikes. But when you get a warning from YouTube, they usually don't. I mean, I've yet to find out if they tell me what I've done wrong. They just say you broke the community guidelines or whatever they're called. And then when you click on that, there's like 12 things. And you're like, well, what did I do? But one of them is called vulgarity, which I think I'm beginning to realize. I think I'm right that Speaking of Christmas lights, I love the lights you have. Well, thank you. I kept, anyway, they kept reminding me every single day, and I finally went to get them. So thank you very much. They're still evolving, and I have to change them. You know, like for Twitter, when I go live on Twitter, the white is too bright, so I have to unplug the white and plug in the other ones and stuff like that. So it's evolving. But anyway, thank you. So anyway, something about Twitter I was saying, I forget what I was saying, but it's, anyway, I have the one, but for StreamYard and Twitter are kind of incompatible with each other. They don't seem to care for each other much, and they don't communicate much. And StreamYard currently, when you broadcast to Twitter, they can't make comments. So I think for live streaming, the only thing, oh, that's stressful. Yeah, it is. But thanks. But they look great, at least on YouTube. Well, cool. Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm trying. I heard the blue. Oh, well. Anyway, there's things I can improve upon, but I heard the blue door is good. I don't notice those things. But anyway, I've heard I'm evolving. I like my curtain. I do like my curtain, but I'm not going to change that, even if. But anyway, no one's mentioned it yet. So anyway, which is a good thing usually. Anyway, Twitter, if you broadcast to Twitter, you can't make comments. And so the comments, and I'm going through this pre-stuff because I might give a couple minutes for people to show up and stuff. I like to talk about this stuff anyway. And usually people are like, move on from that. You talk too much about the platforms. And I'm like, the platforms are the reason I'm here. I'm not necessarily here for YouTube. I'm not necessarily here for StreamYard. I'm here for the platforms, all of the platforms. So I'm going to mention them and I'm going to talk about them. So anyway, excuse me, that was probably loud, especially if you had earbuds. I apologize for that. So anyway, I had my first account on Twitter and it was working, Misc Heart Inc., which is my, that's, let me see, let me type that in. What's it called? Twitter. This is my, that of course will write 4 times and then I think it just posts once. But anyway, that's my primary account, the Misc Heart Inc. So I was streaming to that, blah, 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 blah. And it was working for, many weeks and it does post more than once. Sorry. So, anyway, it was working just fine. And then a week ago, Thursday, I was showing Formula One preseason testing, and I mistakenly showed a couple of things that, then I got a warning from YouTube. But, it just, of the 6 platforms back then, I think 4 or 5 of them got in touch with me about it. And it was like, well, we can't do that. Let's, so I'm like, But anyway, ever since then, my YouTube, my Twitter hasn't worked. So I got in touch with StreamYard and I was like, can you figure this out for me? And they're like, no, we don't talk to them. They don't talk to us. We know nothing about it. And so they said, try this, try that. And so I think once it worked and it streamed once and then it didn't do it again. Anyway, I was telling her, I was like, well, how do I add another account? And she, my eyes started glazing over and I'm like, I can't do that. But I tried it and it worked. So I added a second account and that now currently streams all the time. And I'm still having a problem with the first one. And all of the Twitters can't comment. So it's hard to do all this work for non-comments. They can comment in Twitter to me, which a lot of times, not always, but I usually have, sometimes I have a device where I'm watching on Twitter so that if people make a live comment, I can see the live comment and then I can comment over here. So that's kind of a cool thing instead of having to wait until the next stream and stuff. Sorry, something is definitely in my throat. So anyway, I think I need to stop testing Twitter 1. It's not going to work. So I think I had to add another account and just stop going to Twitter 1 until, I don't know. So anyway, I mentioned, Facebook profile, kind of a problem. Facebook page, kind of a problem. LinkedIn, kind of a problem. Twitter 1, definitely problem. So that's 4 out of 8. I mean, that's then I get, then I'm like, I can't fix them. There's too many of them, and I can't fix them, but I've been trying. And I'll keep trying. So anyway, just a shout out to all of them. If we do the schedule, why don't we look at the schedule? I'm going to go to TV first. So let me go present, share screen. So yesterday, I left myself on the screen just thinking, let me get those things off. I was thinking it's for some odd reason, I think I would get less warnings with what I share if my picture stays on the screen. Not real much logic there, but that's what I'm thinking. But maybe for our first couple of ones, I'll go off screen so you can read it. There's a lot of stuff. So anyway, okay, so I will go full screen layout. So I leave the screen as far as you're concerned. I'm still on this screen, but now I'm going to go off the screen so I can't see comments or people coming and going. So I'm going to click it, and now there it is. So this is NASCAR.com. They have a tab right there where my cursor is, right above my cursor there. NASCAR on TV, which is the page I'm on right now. So the first few events in the morning are usually re-airs or replays or, reruns or whatever. I don't know what to call them. And then the later stuff is all new. And then they also put radio here, MRN, Motorsports Racing Network, maybe Radio Network. Motorsports, I think it's Motor Racing Network. I don't think radio's in the name. Anyway, that's a radio channel. It's great. But anyway, we don't listen to it. So, okay, Saturday, March 11th. And this is NASCAR on TV. There's other events that I'm going to probably be talking about throughout the day. But this is just all the NASCAR stuff and other things. ARCA Menard Series is part of NASCAR, kind of. Anyway, 8 a.m. is last night's race for ARCA. It's a re-air on FS1. I think everything is on, all of this stuff is on FS1. So 10 a.m., last night's Cup practice is re-aired at 10. And then the rest of the stuff is new. So at 12:30, which I guess has already started. I've been talking too much. Let me go back on screen. Here, let me I need to get that on. I put it on TV. I don't show my TV, but I have a earbud. So I listen to it, which distracts me, but it's it's a nice thing to do. So I'm standing up. But yeah, the earbud distracts me while I'm talking and stuff. But I like to hear what's going on in case there's something to report to y'all. And it takes a while. Everything I own is a Frankenstein, and it has Band-Aids and everything I have. There's passwords. Everything's just like half there. If only I could win the lottery. Let me try again. I didn't have to reboot it, but it took a while to go to that screen, and it's taken a while again. Anyway, okay, there it is. Okay, so let me Mute off, mute on. Okay, so it's a commercial. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay, now I'm back. So I'm going to go back to it. So full screen layout, and then I'm going to go off. So, okay, so at 12:30, which was 14 minutes ago, so I turned it on. 12:30 is NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying at Phoenix Raceway, FS1. Xfinity is the race that's going to happen, and that's at the bottom there for today. So the qualifying is at 12:30, and then the race is at 4:30. So between that time, as soon as they qualify, as soon as they print it up, I need to print it up. So I need to get that information. So again, 12:30 NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying at Phoenix, FS1. 2 p.m. is NASCAR Cup Series qualifying at Phoenix, FS1. And then 3:30 is NASCAR Race Day. I don't really, those are extra shows and stuff. But that's mainly focused on Xfinity because that's the race today. And then 4:30, which is the broadcast time. That's not the green flag. I think the green flag is 4:47 maybe. I had it here. I have it somewhere. I'll read it somewhere. But the broadcasting starts at 4:30. So that's the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the 2023 United Rental 200 at Phoenix. And it has a huge name. Oh, no, there it is. The race on Sunday has the huge name. United Rentals Work United 500. But today is just called United Rentals 200. Anyway, so can you send me an invite link? I usually don't. I usually invite people that I know. So yeah, you can watch and stuff. So let's see here. So exit full page. Hello. I don't know how to say your word. Ace. Can you send me an invite link? No, I usually, I'm small and intimate. And I usually send it to people I know and things like that. Certainly, if you come for a while and make comments and stuff and I get to know you, then that could happen. But yeah, I don't do it initially out of the gate. So sorry about that, but you're welcome to hang out. And anyway, I should probably go over the description too. So remove from screen. Yeah, funny you have funny you have the same last name as the person from yesterday. You're observant, Sifa. Yeah, me too. That's what Iram Guru. So I don't know if you're related to Iram or if you are Iram with a second account, but anyway, welcome. And if you like motorsports and stuff, anyway, I sometimes I like to go over my description of the stream, and I can't point to it because it's out of the screen there, but it's at the top of my screen. Oh, even more funny, the same kind of content. Yeah, amen. You have one of those different levels for sure. You're always on that stuff. Amen. I kind of had similar thoughts, but you hit it right on. Okay, so the description of it, right here it says live 24/12, and it says eyeball 2, which I think for y'all the eyeball is over here. But anyway, above that in StreamYards, I don't know if it is for you, but it's the description of this stream. So it says Xfinity, which is also NXS, NASCAR Xfinity Series. So those are both the same thing. Xfinity NXS, which is NASCAR, and I mean Xfinity was a short-term name for it, and then also NASCAR Xfinity Series. And then P&Q&Race is practice and qualifying and race. And then also it includes the Cup, which is the top series. Xfinity is the second series. Cup is the top series. So Cup Q at Phoenix, and then and plus, because I will always get off topic. But as far as I'm concerned, because it's my stream and my mind works in different ways, I can talk about anything at any time, and that's the topic. So anyway, that's why I always use all characters. I wish I had more characters there. Oh, and then after the and plus, that's on every one of my descriptions. The live stream, StreamYard, Invisible Disabilities, JoeHart, PwD's. That's the next 4 things. And it's not all of that shows on my screen. I don't know if it's on your screen. But anyway, that's kind of the description. So let me go to the other schedule. Let me see. Okay, there it is. Let's let's skip that. Oops, I think I scared them. No problem. Thank you. So Ace Duigu Gurer. Like I said, feel free to stick around. Feel free to make more comments. Let's get to know each other. Iram was a bit passionate with what she was sharing. I don't know. Are you the jealous husband? So, anyway, just, hang out, make comments, and, you don't have to hang out. We don't, anyway, but, yeah, no problem. It's a Turkish name. Yeah, you and your 17 languages, No, it's not 17, but it's a lot more than 1 for me. You've told me 4, I think. 3 or 4. And golly. And you're Egyptian, but Turkish. Yeah, she was giving me a lot of information the last 4 or 5 streams. She was sending me hearts, and anyway, I don't want to tell Ace what she was sending me. So anyway, okay, so I'm gonna go to, let me go off screen, and I think I don't see it on here. Let me refresh this. It might be, there it is. Or that's not exactly it, but that's closer. So Race Center. Let's go to Race Center. Oop. View Race Center. Maybe that's it. So it says entry list, but that will switch hopefully into qualifying. Leaderboard. Okay, that's what I want. Sorry, I'm still off screen. Okay, I'm back on screen. I did not appreciate the person from yesterday, the way they kept distracting you and bothering you like a troll. Yeah, I agree with you 100%. Thank you for saying that, and thank you for mentioning it then too. You were very punctual and courteous and curt and proper, and so thank you for addressing that at the moment. Now, on Twitter, and I think this is true on all my platforms, like on Twitter, I have some app on Twitter that tells me every week who my followers are and stuff, and I don't know what it's called, but I've been doing it for years, and it's free, and you can do a map and stuff. But anyway, my followers on Twitter is 61% in the United States. So that's 39% everywhere else in the world, which of course, Canada is probably the most common, and then Mexico, and then United Kingdom, England is probably the 4th most common, and then it branches off from there. But it also tells me how many countries, and I do believe I'm in 100 countries. So, and I think that's kind of across the board. Like on Facebook, I don't really have friends. I just, it grows. And so I do believe, anyway, 39%. And what did I say? 100 countries. It's a ton of countries. I forget it. I don't print. I need to print it up to remember it. But if I print it up every week, it's color and it uses all my ink. And so I can't, And it's fascinating information, but I can't print it up every week. I usually print it up whenever I think of it, like every 6 months or so. But and all my Twitter, I don't know if you're, Seth, I think you're on Twitter, but I don't know how I set this up. It wasn't something I was researching, but now all my tweets and all the tweets I read and everything, they're all translated. And I mean all. I mean, I didn't pick just Hispanic and Spanish, and I don't think I set it up. I don't know how it works, but my Russian ones come. So everything's translated. So I'm trying to learn. Anyway, I'm trying to be, what I'm saying is a lot of my viewers, and I don't know, I'm not saying it's true here. I'm just saying I need to expand my thinking on the world, and me only knowing English. You know, there might be some language barriers, or there might be, a couple of people a few days ago were calling me dear. And I said, boy, I appreciate you don't call me dear. Like when people say, hey, brother, I'm like, please don't call me brother. And I was telling them, please don't call me dear, but I think that's just their wording. And she, and I don't know if it was a he or she. I think it was a he. And they're like, oh, yeah, I think they had a beard just like mine. But anyway, I think I need to expand my mind a little more of who's coming to visit me, because that's on Twitter. I mean, I don't know how to put a number on it, but my timeline, I would guess, I don't know how to put a number on it, but on my timeline, I would guess 40% of the tweets or 30% of the tweets are being translated. So I need to embrace that. And it's auto, they might translate it. It might not be totally correct, but at least it gives me an idea of how to respond to the person and say, hey, I only speak English. Thank you for the information. And, I don't know if it translates it back. I don't know. But anyway, so, I just, like I say, when something triggers in my mind, then I go off on a tangent and stuff. But that, I just, mainly Twitter, but I think Facebook, I'm all over the world. Russian, and it's just all over the world. So I have no idea. I have no idea if these people are my friends. I have no idea. I have thousands of friends, and I don't have any friends. I mean, I don't, my family doesn't follow me. My immediate family doesn't follow me, and my siblings don't follow me. So I have no idea if these people are my friends. Like, how did they get the notice? How did they find out that I was live streaming? Oh, and I'm sorry, they're coming from YouTube. So most of the traffic is from Facebook. And Haroon was from Facebook. Anyway, whatever. I have no idea if these are my friends. So they could actually be my friends. Doubt it. I doubt it. But anyway, and I, I'm not, I think it's different if it were you or me calling each other brother versus someone you don't even know doing it. Yeah, and you're right. I mean, I could take it from you, but I'm uptight. I'm anal. I'm like, I have 3 brothers, and one's deceased, and the other 2 we don't talk. So I don't have a brother. So, but yeah, you're absolutely right. I would take it from you, and we have a camaraderie, and we have a friendship, and, we care for each other. So, I mean, it makes sense for sure. But, they switched to grandpa. There's like, can I call you grandpa? Which again, in some communities or nationalities, that's a word of respect. And, in America, you don't want to be called anything old, which I don't care. I don't care. I am old, I am young, whatever. I'm my age, whatever. So I'm going to drink my tea because I'm trying to do healthier things. Hold on one second. With tea, I don't like it when it's really hot. So I wait, I nuke it, and then I wait like 40 minutes. Although that wasn't 40 minutes, 34 minutes, I guess. So I guess it was close to 40 minutes. So I wait, and then it's perfect, but in 10 minutes, it'll be cold. So I like guzzle. Yeah, that comes up disrespectful if you don't know him. Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's weird. It's weird. And, but again, I mean, someday I want an RV. Someday I want a brand new iPhone. Someday I want a brand new iPad. And every 2 years I want a new one. Someday I want a laptop. Allegedly said he was going to get me a laptop, but I guess that's been severed. But I would love to get that. But anyway, so how am I going to grow from 160 subscribers to 2,000 to 10,000 to 100,000? I think one of the ways I'll do it is by embracing the world, like motorsports. When I get up and running for motorsports, I am going to be tracking 263 series every week. And that's every single country. That's 5 series in Russia. That's 5 series in Thailand. There's 5 series in Japan. So it'd be all over the place. So they'll be like, they won't. Anyway, how, when. Me too. I like to drink things when they aren't super hot, but warmer than warm. Yeah. Basically when it's warm enough, but it doesn't burn my tongue. Exactly. You got me. I didn't use the right words, but you're right. That's it. And that's now. So I'm trying to guzzle the thing. But with your description, it probably could be about 1 or 2 degrees warmer. So I think I kind of missed the opportunity, but I mean, it's still perfect for sure. Okay. So, it's a commercial up there. So let me go to, leaderboard. Okay. So, present, share screen. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. So, probably at least initially, I'll go off the screen. I don't like to go off the screen to you all because I think you all like to see a person and blah, 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 blah. But I like that you can read it in case you want to read it. Like, thank you, Nightbot. What's that? StreamYard? Oh, that's a test. I was testing that, Nightbot. I do believe that is the StreamYard we're in right now. So it probably doesn't help to click on that link. I was trying to in Discord, my favorite person on YouTube Live is Agenda Free TV. I love Steve. He's so great. He's quirky, he's idiosyncratic, but he's great. And I'm on his Discord server, and whenever he's about to go live, I get about 3 Discord announcements, and they're with, hey, by the way, I try to get thumbnails, and I downloaded Adobe or whatever, and I got the free account. I'm clueless, but I'm trying to just create a singular thumbnail just to start and then go from there. So at least I'm trying that. So anyway, so I was having trouble with Nightbot in Discord, but I think I fixed it mostly. But anyway, he has these 3 announcements in the Discord, and I'm like, I want to do that. And so anyway, I clicked on, in StreamYards, I clicked on invite friends or invite people or something like that. And you copy this link right there. So that StreamYard, I think, is this stream now. So, I mean, I don't know if you can come to this stream twice. I mean, I don't know. I know some people have a ton of devices, so, but then you'll get an echo or something. But anyway, I was just testing, everything to see if that link would work, if Nightbot would actually post it. And I wish I had done one of the future ones. I have two events scheduled for tomorrow currently, and I had them scheduled yesterday. So I wish I did one of those, because then you can click on it, and then I don't know what it shows you. It probably says, 3 people waiting, and it's in 14 hours, or I don't know what it says. OTC, what's up, OTC? Santa Joe, how you doing? Long time no see. I guess it was probably the last NASCAR stuff. I don't know if it was last weekend or the weekend before, but thanks for stopping by, OTC. It's always great. We have a practice right now, which I haven't gone over that. The thing on my display right there, the leaderboard, I haven't gone over that yet. Practice started at 12:30. Let me get the schedule. So Saturday practice starts at 12:35. Is that right? Am I on the right one? and it goes to 1:05. Oh, so it ends in 2 minutes. We better get on it. So yeah, been working. Always enjoy your NASCAR weekend stuff. Well, thanks, OTC. I appreciate it. And you're knowledgeable. The drivers and stuff. But okay, so I'm gonna go off screen so that y'all can read this a little better. So I'm gonna go full screen layout. So I'm off screen for y'all, but I still can see this screen. Now I'm gonna go off screen for me too, so I can read it myself. So I'm gonna go off screen. This is the leaderboard. It says non-live means it's not a hot track. So I think we've missed it totally, but this will be the results. So time elapsed 22:53. That sounds a little low. I think it's more than 22 minutes. Best speed. So there might be another session is what I mean. So best speed 128.815, which is the first driver here, Cole Custer. So let me go to the bottom. There are 39 drivers listed, and all 39 drivers has a result. And let me see what I have here. The entry list I have is 40 minus 1 withdrawal. So it is supposed to be 39. So that's all the drivers. But they have a time result. So, I think we have missed most of the, which is fine. I did an intro and stuff like that. Let me go back. Don't they still have a Saturday race before Sunday's race, like for the rookies? Yeah. It's Xfinity is exit full screen. Yes. The race is today. Anyway, I don't know if you can see the description of my stream, which I went over earlier, but it's called, I don't know if you can see my cursor on the screen. Probably not. No, you can't see this screen, I don't think. But anyway, the description of this stream is called XfinityNXS, which is Xfinity short for what the NXS is, NASCAR Xfinity Series. And then it says P&Q&Race, which is practice and qualifications and race. And then it says Cup, which is the top series. That's the race on Sunday, but today is Cup Q qualifications at Phoenix. So yeah, Saturday is usually, there's always exceptions, but Saturday is usually all about Xfinity. So there was a practice, then the qualifications just finished, and I will need to print that up so I can be ready for the race, and then the race happens. And we went over the one schedule, but let me look at this other schedule. This is Mountain Time, so it's 2:30, so we have to add 2 hours to make it 4:30. So the race is actually, is that right? Oh, cool. Yeah, no problem. Thank you. Anyway, I'm a little confused. Yeah, qualifying goes until 1:30, and then the race is at 2:30. Okay, yeah, that's right. There's other events. There's Xfinity practice, which ended at 1:05, just ended. And then qualifications is 1:05 to 2 o'clock, which is a minute ago for 55 minutes. And then Cup qualifying is from 12:05, 2:05 to 3:30. And then the race is at 4:30. That's broadcast time. That's not green flag. I'll know green flag later. So anyway, this is only practice, but they're going to reset that pretty quickly. So let me go back on and at least try to get the first, they're going to reset it for the qualifications. So let me go off real quick. The top person on this is practice. So it's not, practice is just practice. You don't, it's not how they start the race. That's qualifications. Anyway, Cole Custer was in Cup last year. His father is the president of Stewart-Haas Racing. So everybody thought he had the chair forever, and he didn't. They let him go last year, and now he's in Xfinity. So Cole Custer's top. Kyle Busch is in this race, and he's got second. Chandler Smith is always at the top three. Josh Berry, he's taken the place of Chase Elliott that broke his leg last Friday. He's fourth. Ryan Truex, that's Martin Truex's Jr.'s brother. Austin Hill won last week, number 6. Sammy Smith, Toyota. Justin Allgaier, he usually does well. John Hunter Nemechek usually is way up there. Parker Kligerman, he's a media personality, plus he drives for a single car team. Some races. Riley Earps, Brent Moffitt, Kaz Grala, Toyota, Sheldon Creed, Parker Retzlaff, and then it goes on to 39 people. Now that 38th, B. Weber / T. Hill, that's Timmy Hill. I don't know who B. Weber is, but I guess they have two drivers, I guess, or not. You can't have two drivers. So one's got to be, I don't know what that means. If they meant both of them did the practice or what. So I'm going to put it on. Anyway, the blue flag it's called non-live. I'm still getting used to that. So let me see. Exit full screen live. So I'll be back on the screen. So anyway, that's co-custers on top. That's kind of cool. I was going to go over. So let me look at my TV. Let me bring you up here. I'm not going to show the TV to you, but I'm going to show me to you. So I'm going to put you on the printer. Go over here. Okay, so the first car, the second car is on the track for qualifying. The first car is already qualified. And they generally go slowest to fastest or lowest points to highest points or something like that. So usually whoever has the provisional pole is usually replaced. Not every driver, but generally that's the concept. And it just did not happen there. But anyway, so this is FS1, the qualifying's on FS. All the events today are on FS1. Usually they switch between FS2 and FS1, and then Fox will be the main event tomorrow for the main race. So anyway, so this is FS1 NASCAR Xfinity Series qualifying. So now the third car is qualifying, and the other two, number 1, 74, Cram, and he's a 28.587. And in second, now that third car just placed in the second. So the second is number 35, Joey Gase, 28855. 366, Timmy Hill, 28968. And that was that car that had two drivers. So I guess Timmy Hill for now is the driver. So let me go off screen again. I mean, I'll leave me on screen for y'all, but I'm going to go off screen and I'm going to reboot this. For some reason, that's not. Let me see if I reset it, if it gets going. Joey Gase. Okay, there we go. So we have the leaderboard and it's green. Time elapsed. Time elapsed 3 minutes, 31 seconds. Best speed 125.931. And that's going to get a load faster. Like I said, they're generally slowest to fastest or lowest points to highest points. But as you can tell, the number 5, 5 just did it time. So as you can tell, 6, Patrick Emmerling has 000. So he's qualifying now. He hasn't qualified yet. So out of the first 5 qualifiers, it goes Dawson Cram, Garrett Smithley, Joey Gase, Blaine Perkins, and Timmy Hill. Like I said, they'll probably be the bottom 5 drivers or thereabouts. Just generally, I'm just generally saying that. So and as you can tell, first, second, fourth is Chevrolet. Third is Toyota. And fifth is Ford. And they range from 28.5 to 28.9. I think that practice was 27 something. I don't know. So let me go back off screen. Are you live on other platforms? Yeah, I'm having growing pains, but yeah, I'm streaming on StreamYard. And I don't know if you know much about StreamYard. I think you know a lot about StreamYard LTC. But you can stream to multiple, they call them destinations, but they're platforms. And, there's free StreamYard, which you can't stream to other, just YouTube. And then there's basic, where you can stream up to 3 platforms or destinations. And then Professional, which is the one I have temporarily. I'm trying to figure out if this is worth it. It's really expensive. I'm disabled. I'm on a fixed income. I do not have discretionary money. So this is not taking from my food money, but it's kind of close to taking from my food money. So I really need to figure out if this is worth it. So anyway, you can broadcast to up to 8 platforms. And for months now, I've been broadcasting to 6. And now I've just added a 7th and an 8th. So I'm trying to broadcast all 8. So I do, I'm going to keep moving the laptop, but I guess I'm going to move it down because the Fright Night lights. Let me get down here. So yeah, earlier I shouted out to all my streams. I like to thank them, for the views. Yeah, some of the platforms can make comments here in StreamYard, and some of them can't, but they can make comments where they're watching from. And then when I write a comment, like I say, let me see here. So I say, hello to my 8 platforms. So when I write one comment, and it's written 4 times. So that's 4 of my 8 platforms right there. I don't know if you all see them all, but Francis Assistant on YouTube, that's me. And then JoeHart on YouTube, that's me. And then JoeHart 2 on Twitters, that's me. And JoeHart Invisible Disabilities Advocacy is a Facebook page. So anyway, now that I've complicated it all, the 8 platforms are, I do Facebook profile, and then Facebook page. I don't totally understand. I'm really learning about all this stuff. So Facebook profile, Facebook page, LinkedIn profile, YouTube 1 and 2, YouTube JoeHart and YouTube Francis Assistant. Francis is my cat. He's usually behind me. I don't see him right now. But and then assistant, I'm his, slave, or I didn't want to use the word slave. So I'm his, how they say humans don't own cats, cats own humans. So that's the concept of Francis apostrophe assistant. So that's my second YouTube. And then Twitch, I have no idea how Twitch works, but I'm able to stream there, and they're loyal and I'm loyal, and we keep doing it, but I'm still trying to figure it out. And then Twitter, I'm trying to do 2 Twitters, but one always fails. So I've successfully streamed. Anyway, they all have hiccups, or 4 of the 8 have hiccups, but Twitter 1 has a lot of hiccups. Anyway, that was a complicated answer. Sorry about that. OTC, I think you're a super viewer. I'm not sure if you're a live streamer, but if you are a live streamer, do you do StreamYard? Do you know, do you have the free or the basic or the pro where you can do more than one? I don't know how it's described. The free, I'm still learning. I know StreamYard and YouTube are 2 different things, and they're really associated with each other. They're almost in bed with each other, but they're different. So I still haven't figured out the differences. So when you have free StreamYard, I don't know how they word it, but something like you can't send it to other platforms, but you are, it does go to YouTube. So it at least goes to one platform. But anyway, no, I'm not a live streamer, just a viewer. Cool. And you're a super viewer. You put a super viewer for sure. But thank you for, so anyway, it is interesting. StreamYard is, it's fascinating. I'm pretty new to YouTube Live. I've been a member on YouTube since 2014. I don't know what that means. I think it was a channel. I did some live videos, some recorded videos. I never learned anything from those. I didn't know what I was doing. And then, I get 10,000 notifications every day. And one of the notifications back when Idaho 4 was just starting is I got a notification from Ickidmel, who I really love. He's great. I think he's great. Not everybody loves him, but I love him. But I got a notification about the press conference. So I was like, oh, what's this? So I dropped into the stream. he talked before the press conference, and then we watched the press conference, and then he talked afterwards. And as soon as he ended, yes, I'm familiar. Yeah, Ickadmel is great. I think he's cool. So anyway, as soon as he finished that stream, pre-press conference, and post-press conference, as soon as he finished, I'm like, that's all I'm doing. I'm not doing motorsports anymore. I'm not doing politics anymore. I'm going to do crime sleuthing. And a couple months ago, I traveled. I went out to Idaho for several weeks. I might go in June. I don't know if that's going to work out, but I hope. But anyway, so as soon as that happened, I was like, OMG, I have to do this. How do I do it? Blah, 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 blah. And, I'm disabled. I'm OCD. I can get pretty jacked up. And, one of the first people I viewed was Brittany, who, I really like her stuff. But I wrote her an email and I was like, how do I do this? How do I do this? And I think I kind of scared her away with my OCD stuff. But no, I mean, I've been trying to go YouTube live forever. Probably 8 years I've talked about it. 2014, I guess. So yeah, first saw you on T-Rev, of course, Anna Joe, of course, I know that. And I was like, this guy's great at talking. Now, the live streaming, I can do. I've been doing that for quite a few years and stuff. And it's strange, it's strange, you're talking to yourself, but not really. And, you only get words from people. So you don't get voice inflections and you don't hear their voice, so you don't know if they're joking or, if they're being mean or, so it's really hard to try to read everything. But yeah, thank you. Thank you for saying that. T-Rev was, wow, that was incredible. What an experience. I'm forever indebted to him. He's got a lot of activity there. He's got a lot of viewers. He says he reads every comment and he tries to, and I think he succeeds, but it's just like the energy is just so high for me that I need calmer. I'm already jacked up. So when I'm around jacked up energy, so anyway, but it was phenomenal. It was so great. Yeah, he taught me so much and I learned so much, and his viewers were great and they're like, you're so loyal and stuff. But anyway, I'm hoping that anyway, I'm currently doing motorsports. I've followed a couple crime sleuthing cases, but Idaho 4 is really the one that grabbed my my heart sleeve, and that continues, and there's stuff going on now. Just it's minor these days, but the pre whatever court thing starts June 26th. So I might go out there. It was hard. My Idaho trip was very, very, very hard. Very few things were great and satisfactory and worth it and all that stuff. But I have challenges with life. I every waking moment, every day, I have challenges. I don't adapt well, and I don't, so it's anyway. So yeah, anyway, thank you so much. That's anyway, those are like I said, when I write one comment here, because I'm streaming to 8 or 7 platforms, one doesn't successfully go on. So when I write one comment to 7 destinations, the comment comes up 4th. I think the other 3 can't take comments or anything. Right. But anyway, as you can tell, France's Assistant is one of those platforms. So the people watching me from France's Assistant, they see that comment. So it's France's Assistant. Hello to my 8 platforms. Thanks. And then the people watching me from JoeHart, they see this. I don't know if for YouTube, they all might see both comments. I'm not sure exactly how that works. If they both go to YouTube, I mean, it shows YouTube. So they probably both go to the same place. Now here, JoeHart 2, hello to my, I'm in, and the purple there is Twitch. In the corner, in the lower right-hand corner, that purple is Twitch. And I'm 99% sure that when someone from Twitch who can make comments. When they make a comments, y'all don't see it. So I don't think y'all see this comment because I wrote it to them. So I highlight it. I try to highlight all comments, but I for sure highlight, and I highlight all comments. But I also like to highlight the comments that go to other platforms because people are like, who are you talking to? Who's in Twitch? So I try to do that. So anyway, the fourth one, this is the fourth and last. I write one comment, it goes 4 places. I'm not sure why it doesn't go to 7, but I think those other 3 can't receive and give comments, I think. So JoeHart, Invisible Disabilities Advocacy, that's my Facebook page. Again, I'm 98% sure you all don't see things coming from there and going to there. So I highlight it so you can see it. So anyway, blah, 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 blah. You still talk to Lady V? Not much. She was extremely helpful. She was like, Joe, I'll be with you from the beginning, and you're brand new, and I'll be there on your panel, and I can help you out anyway. I can be silent, or I can talk 100% of the time if you need to go off stage and stuff like that. And she was so helpful. And then she's a fingernail designer. She's an artist for fingernails. I don't know what to call that stuff, but I mean, she's really good at it, and other things, beauty care and stuff like that. But she was, she told me that I'm about to start this fingernail. Well, her business is smaller and growing, but she was going to take a class. So she said it's, 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 6 weeks or something. I mean, it was really intense. And I'm like, wow. She said, so I'll help you. But when that starts. So anyway, I think it's still in that time period. Anyway, in YouTube, people come and go and it grows and stuff. But yeah, I support her totally. She is so great. Twitch is a good platform too. Well, thanks, OTC. Like I just said, I know nothing about Twitch. I've had a Twitch account just like YouTube. I've had a Twitch account. It gives a date. I don't know when I opened it, but I probably opened it. By the way, let me see. It's a commercial, so I can't see Anyway, I know nothing about Twitch. I've had an account for several years. StreamYard says I can stream there. And initially, when I started using StreamYard to send it to 6 platforms, it was the easiest thing in the world. You didn't know. So once you build your following up on Twitch, it can be very beneficial. I'm hoping, like I'm trying to do TikTok too, which is not associated with StreamYard. I'd like all the platforms, I wish I could, but anyway, TikTok, my understanding is with TikTok, besides being based out of China, but TikTok is the quickest and easiest ways to monetize it if you go live, but you need 1,000 followers. And in 7 months, I gained 700 followers, and now it's stopped because I stopped going to motorsports events. So I need to get to 1,000 to go live and then monetize. So I think something similar is true in Twitch too. I think monetization is, easier to get to that level in Twitch than YouTube. And I mean, in the long run, YouTube is when Mr. Beast can give away a Lamborghini or a house, or, YouTube is where you make mega money in the long run. But TikTok is the quickest to get to monetization. And I think Twitch is a close second to do. But I'm not a gamer. I'm not young. Anyway, I think Twitch will be a real, but anyway, when I'm on YouTube /StreamYard, I was like, I know nothing about Twitch. So over time, I've had a couple of people say, hey, I'll follow you on Twitch and I can teach you. And, that's a fleeting, that. But anyway, it's interesting. I mean, all this stuff's interesting for sure. Why not? Let's try it out. So, okay. So, let me see. But thank you for, like I said, you're a super viewer. You seem quite knowledgeable, quite resourceful. I mean, that stuff is really cool, the way you do stuff. So thank you for your support and your information and your knowledge and your comments. I love hearing your stuff. So let me go. Stop screen. I probably stopped the screen that I want to share now. So share screen. and US. Okay, so I'm going to share. So once you build your, okay. Okay, so I'm going to stay on the screen. I like to go full screen so that y'all can read everything, but I'm going to try to just do an overview. So I'll be on the screen for you, but now I'm going to go off screen for me. I won't be able to see myself. Are your comments, are people coming and going? But I will, anyway, I'm going to go off screen right now. So I'm off screen right now, and I'm looking at the live leaderboard. So it's a green flag. It's still currently going. The TV's back on, so I can verify some of this stuff. So time elapsed 21 minutes, and that doesn't show every second. It updates like every 20 or 30 or 40 seconds. So time elapsed 21 minutes 00. Best time 1:28. I think he's been there a while. Ryan Truex is at the top. But let's scroll down to the bottom to see how many people have given a time. So at the bottom is 39 drivers. The entry list was 40 drivers, but one withdrew. So it's 39. That's how many should be qualifying. And then, and right there, 21st, Connor Mozak has a time. He has 3 digits. And 22, Anthony Alfredo has 000. So that means 21 people have qualified. So 21 have qualified and 18 have not. And as you can tell from those names, they start with the slowest in practice and are lowest in owner points, and they go to the fastest in practice or highest in owner points, which is about the same. But anyway, as you can see, last is Austin Hill. He won last week. Justin Allgaier got second. Chandler Smith got third. John Hunter Nemechek, I think, won 2 races ago. Kyle Busch is always a rock star. Sam Mayer. So anyway, it's let's go back to where the so currently with what is it still 21? Let me see here. So now there's 22 with times. So with 22 qualified, Ryan Truex is at top. His time 28:097. It still hasn't broken 28, but it looks like it's gonna. Now someone just broke that time, but not 28. So Ryan Sieg just went on top of Ryan Truex. So Ryan Sieg is 28:008. That's a Ford, just beat the Toyota. Again, this is way early in qualifications, and generally each car qualifying is going to be the fastest, and then the next one's the fastest, and then the next one's the fastest. Theoretically, that's not really true, but anyway, it's the provisional poll should change 39 times. So, like I said, that's theoretically perfectly. But yeah, I think you get the concept I'm talking about. So Ryan Sieg, number 1, Ryan Truex, number 2, Kaz Grala, number 3. I got something in my hand here. Sorry. 3, Kaz Grala. 4, Parker Retzlaff. I don't know how to say that. Kyle Weatherman, Ryan Ellis, Josh Williams, top 7. So let me go down. It's not super fast to do qualifications. So it's 24th. So they added 2 more. But as you can see there, Connor Mozak, Timmy Hill, Blade Perkins, Patrick Amerling, Joey Gacy. Those, I think, were the first 5 drivers, but they were very close to the very, very first 5 drivers. So as you can tell, they moved down. So now Ryan Sieg is still on top, and 2 more people qualified. So they didn't beat him when they were supposed to, or not supposed to. But I think you understand what I'm trying to say. That it just gets faster. So anyway, I'm going to probably stand up again. And so I'm going to bring my laptop up to the printer so you can see me. And then I'm going to read, I'm a visual person, so I like to see the TV. I can't show the TV, of course, but let's see here. Okay. So and that goes from dark to bright white light. Sorry, can't do that. Who's your favorite NASCAR racer? I forgot if you told me before. Well, I'm mostly, last year I went to 22 races, and it wasn't just NASCAR. It was IndyCar and Formula One, Formula E, IMSA, IndyCar, all the stuff. But I'm mostly media. So there's a phrase that I got from my mother. I don't need to tell that story, but I have a phrase that my mother used all our life. And so I always say, I love all 40 of my children the same. So, and she would say that to us. I love all 9 of my children the same. But then she would start cussing and stuff. And you realize that she did like some of us more than the others. But so obviously I do like some of them more than others. But I can't do it off the top of my head. I have to look at a list, because I'll go, oh yeah, I really like Kyle Busch. Oh, I forgot about Tyler Reddick. Oh yeah, I forgot about, So usually if I made a top 5 list, there would be 12 names in the top 5. But anyway, I will get a list if you don't mind. So, okay, this is the entry list for tomorrow's race, and it's numerical. So Ross Chastain is the first one in the list. So anyway, I love Ross Chastain. What excitement. Kevin Harvick, I used to not like him, but I love his crew chief, so he's grown on me. Kyle Larson probably is my favorite. I picked him to win the championship. He's not doing spectacular, but he's going to get there. Brad Keselowski, love him. Kyle Busch, love him. Number 9 is a TBA. I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's Josh Berry. Yeah, Josh Berry sitting in for Chase Elliott with his broken. Denny Hamlin is the only person I hate and despise. I hate him. He blocks me on Twitter. I hate him. He takes no personal responsibility for anything, ever. And he's a car owner, and he takes no personal responsibility. Ryan Blaney, really cool, really good looking. Chris Buescher, he's kind of what, Denny or the good looking guy? Yeah, Denny is. Yeah. Anyway, so Chris Buescher, he's like middle of the road. I like him. He's nice. I've been in the garage. I've met all these people. I've been in the garage, and I have no filters, and so I would talk to everybody. And Chris Buescher is just a down-to-earth guy. Martin Truex Jr., how can you not like him? He's great. Christopher Bell probably is my second favorite. So Kyle Larson, probably Christopher Bell. I love Christopher Bell. He looks really, really young, and he is really young. He's like 24, but he looks 18. And then last year, I don't know if you followed the playoffs, but he had his back against the wall. He had to win a race to advance to the next round, and he won it. And then the next round, after 3 more races, he had to win the race to advance, and he won it. And I'm like, that guy's a rock star. So, yeah, he's my second favorite. Joey Logano, I just love his determination. And, he says, I'm going to wreck you to win, and I'm going to fight you. And maybe off the track, we might have dinner. Probably not, but we might. But I'm going to wreck you, and I'm going to race you really, 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 really hard. And I'm going to be fairly fair, So I love him. There's another driver that I won't mention that I almost dislike as much as Denny Hamlin, but not nearly as much. But I'm not going to mention him. But as you can tell, I'm going numerically, so you probably know numerically who I'll just tell you, Joey Logano is number 22. I'll just give you his number. So, Tyler Reddick, 45. I really like him. He's 23-11 racing for Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin. I don't like Denny, but I like Tyler Reddick. And Daniel Suarez, he's probably my third favorite. So I don't know how many names I mentioned, but I probably mentioned 10. So those 10 are in my top 5. Does that make sense? How about you, OTC? I'm sure I've asked, and I'm sure you've told me, and I'm sure I forgot. So sorry about that. Xfinity, I don't know the people very well. It's always, Kyle's in the race, Kyle Busch. So, that would be cool for him to win. Cole Custer, I feel bad. I'm talking about Xfinity now. Cole Custer, I feel bad. His father is the president of Stewart Haas Racing. So everybody was like, Cole will never lose his seat. And lo and behold, he lost his seat because of his performance. Wow, your dad is the president. So anyway, he's in Xfinity. So I feel bad that he lost his seat. Well, the ones I used to like retired now, but the ones you mentioned I like too. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty good crew. I mean, and I think it helped me to be media because I had to be neutral. When I entered my interest in NASCAR, I loved Kyle Busch, and I immediately found out you can't mention that. You can't go to a track and mention you like Kyle Busch. People want to fight you. People want to, you can't mention it. So I'm like, okay, golly, who else am I going to have? But as I got more and more media, I was like, man, I have to do interviews. I have to talk to these people. So I can't have a favorite. I got to talk to every single person. And so it worked. Oh, someone's blowing up. They hit the wall. 00. So someone, not 00, can't see their number. Man, 48. Who's 48? 48 is Parker Kligerman. Oh, Parker Kligerman is a media personality, but he also races in Xfinity sometimes, and it's a single car. Oh, no, it's not. Sorry. It's a dual car. He races for Big Machine Racing. In this race, they have a single car, but they can have two cars. So, golly, what a bummer. And I don't know the status. I don't know which one he was qualifying for, but bam, big. So, okay. So Xfinity, I'm not really sure. So Cole Custer, I feel bad for him. Sam Mayer, he's really young and he drives for JR Motorsports, so I like him. Sheldon Creed seems to be a tough little cookie that races really hard and then he wrecks. He's checkers and wreckers for sure. For sure. He knows how to do checkers and he knows how to do wreckers. So, Brendan Poole, I think he was the, nope. I don't want to spread a false rumor. That's not him. Justin Allgaier, he's just too nice. With Denny Hamlin, I know positive for sure that Denny Hamlin will never win the championship. I'm positive. It's not in his makeup. It's not in his makeup. I don't have any money and I'm not a betting man, but I would put $1 billion on it that he will never win. And, obviously you can't be paid off because he'll be, one more year. But he'll never win. Anyway, with Justin Allgaier, I kind of feel the same, but I feel sorry for him. I'm like, he's been around forever. He's super nice. He has a nice wife. He has 2 nice daughters. The one daughter designs his helmets. I'm like, golly, I wish he would win. But I think he's too nice. That's probably why he gets wrecked out and, he doesn't advance and stuff. That's weird. I'm now looking at the 00 car. So maybe that's why I thought the 48 was the 00 because they were showing 2 of them. So anyway, okay, so that was Justin Allgaier. Josh Berry, again, I feel bad for him that he has to fill in for Chase Elliott. Ton of pressure. So I cheer for him in Xfinity. Kyle Busch, what's not to like about him? He drives for Xfinity, he drives for Colleague. So I like Colleague Racing. They're a good underdog. They're not really an underdog nearly as much as they were 3 or 4 years ago, but they're cool. Ryan Truex, again, Martin Truex Jr.'s brother. He's a great guy. Austin Hill, he's the bully. NASCAR doesn't usually have fights, and when they have fights, they're always pushing and shoving, and people rag on how wimpy they may be. Well, Austin Hill had a closed fist. He had a closed fist, and he clocked someone. I forget who he clocked, and I think it was 1 or 2 races ago. It was very recent, not last year, not yet. Not 1 race ago, because that's the race he won. I guess 2 races ago, and he clocked someone. It was he's big and he's a bully. And he won last week, and I think he's toward the top. Where is he? Oh, he hasn't qualified yet. he's qualifying last, so he might be up to the top. Brett Moffitt, I kind of always like. Kaz Grala, I like. Kaz Grala in Cup. Kaz Grala drives for, or not always, but what's the team? The money team. The boxer. The boxer. Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather. Is that the? I think that's a boxer's name, but I think that's the owner. But I think it's Floyd Mayweather. I might have the wrong person, but the name of the team is called the Money Team. So Kaz Grala drives for, Floyd Mayweather. That's kind of cool. And they're proud of it. The fire suit and the car is like 17 colors, purple and orange and yellow. And, it's the Money Team. It's Floyd's team. it is. Anyway, Jeb Burton, I think he's Jeff's son. He seems, nice. Joey Gase, not a superb driver, but he does a lot of good work. You sign your license so that you give away your organs when you pass away. He does a big ambassador about that stuff. I think his mom passed away and saved 6 people's lives or something like that. So he's a really good guy. Jeffrey Earnhardt, I don't normally cheer for Earnhardt's, but Jeffrey is nice and he's got a great beard and he's humble and he's quiet. And so I like him. Parker Kligerman, the guy who just wrecked. I love him. I love his media stuff. He's smart. He's knowledgeable. He's funny. He's good looking, and then he drives. So that's always good. Jeremy Clements. He said a no word a couple of years ago, and I still haven't forgiven him. He's from the South. If I could give you a little hint on what the word might have been. But NASCAR is based out of the South, at least initially. So I guess that's it. There's a TBA on 99. And so anyway, that's the list for them. So I don't know Xfinity very well. I guess I'm going to go back to this thing. Have you ever been to a Daytona 500 race? Yes, I've been to about 160 motorsports events, most of them NASCAR, probably about 120 NASCAR races, and Daytona 500 probably 5 times. I'm disabled. I have OCD amongst other things, and they're anxiety driven. And, I'm sure Daytona 500 used to have the speed weeks. Anyway, for any race, it's changing because NASCAR is changing. But years ago, I used to go 1 or 2 days early because I couldn't handle the crowds and I had an animal to get acclimated to where we were. So I would go 1 or 2 days early, and then I would leave Monday. I'd leave a day later. So the speed weeks were already 12 weeks. So it was like 14 weeks. So I would say that's a great word for it. I would say, yes, amazing. Nice. They say it's amazing to be at a Daytona 500. If you ever have the opportunity, I would highly recommend it. It probably, and again, like I said, I have to look at a list of the tracks to say this is my favorite track and second favorite. And like I said, I'd have 12 tracks in the top 5. But without looking at a list, I would say Daytona probably would be my top recommendation. It's the most expensive. It's the most time consuming. It's the most famous. But it is really cool. And if you camp, oh my goodness, you're inside. And again, Speed Weeks, they still call it Speed Weeks, plural with an S, but it's now no longer 12 days. And they moved the Clash to Los Angeles. So I think it is singular week, and it's not even 7 days. I think it's much shorter. But anyway, back when it was 12 days, I'd go 1 or 2 days early and stay 1 day late. So I was inside the track for 14 days. You can walk around 24 hours a day. You can walk to Lloyd Lake or whatever. You can walk around. It's your house. It's where you're living. You can walk around. So 24 hours a day, you can walk around. And I don't drink stuff, but I do other stuff. I mean, it's just fun. So I can go. What was the reason they shortened it? I don't know for sure. I've been told. I mean, I was very active and I'm very OCD, so I found out, but I probably forgot most of it. If I had to guess, COVID was probably the biggest. That kind of shortened and eliminated practices, shortened and eliminated qualifications. And then the second big thing is they moved the Clash to Los Angeles. So it used to be, the Clash is now not the Clash used to be a week, I think, before the Daytona 500. So it was great. They bookend each other. It was at Daytona. The Clash was at the Daytona, and they were a week, so it bookend all those days. It was super cool. Now it's in Los Angeles, so it's not even related. It's not even, people don't even say, oh, Speed Weeks, they're not even connected. So I think that took away 5 days, just removing that part. But I think they still do, and I'm in this, I did it 2 weeks ago, but I think they now still do practice and qualifications, and that's 5 series. So it's 5 series, 5 practices, 5 qualifications, 5 races. There's rain, there's all that kind of stuff. So there's, that's a crazy schedule to kind of coordinate. So I think they still do all that, but now they've packed it in. It starts at 8 in the morning and it goes till 10 at night. They packed it all in. Oh yeah, I forgot about the COVID stuff. And that's, that's probably, I do believe when COVID started, the Clash was still at Daytona. So I think Speed Weeks was Speed Weeks. I like the S. It's plural, Speed Weeks, 12 days. But now it's 5 days. It's Speed Week. And they still call it. They haven't, and I'm a stickler. I'm OCD, I'm extreme. I would like them to remove the S. But they probably make millions of dollars from the phrase Speed Weeks. Because people are like, Daytona, I'm going to move there for 2 weeks, So anyway, I don't think they're going to remove the S, even though it's less than a week. But anyway, so, and then that makes sense. It does, and it's a business, like a few years ago before COVID, and this changed before COVID, but a few years ago, a NASCAR race was 5 days. It was Wednesday through Sunday. And so you didn't care about when the race was and if it was 2 hours late because of rain. It was 5 days. That's why you went. That's even for people that showed up on time. Like I said, I would go a day or two early. But if you showed up on time, it was Wednesday through Sunday, 5 days. Just tremendous, it's a tremendous commitment. It's a tremendous experience. People loved it. By Thursday, you know how to cook and you're visiting your neighbors. And so there hasn't even been a practice yet. So by Thursday, yeah, man, this is so cool. 5 days here, 3 more days here. So, I mean, it's a great way to do it. Anyway, they started shortening because of money. That's the other thing. I'm sorry, I forgot about money. NASCAR wanted to make teams more affordable. They kind of just became more and more astronomical. For Daytona, I've gone to Daytona 500 twice and stayed at a hotel. I will never do that again. It's way too expensive. Even if Roger Penske, which I've asked him for money multiple times, he's never written me a check, but I keep trying. He's a rock star. I love him. But even if Roger Penske wrote me a $10,000 check and say, spend this on hotels, I would say, thank you very much, Roger, but is it okay if I don't? So anyway, when I go for 12 days, I stayed at 3 different hotels. I kept moving because of the prices. So the first couple of days, the hotel, it's not rent by the hour, but it's Daytona, so they don't have the greatest hotels. So I was paying $33 a night. And then after 3 days, that hotel, which had squirrels and rats and stuff in the room, $33 a night went to $300 a night. So hotels become very cost prohibitive. And that happens at all tracks. So from Thursday through Sunday, all hotels instantly go up to $300, $400, $500 a night. So very cost prohibitive. Anyway, that was killing the teams. So NASCAR said, whoa, not only they're getting rid of practice and qualifications because of COVID, they're also saying, let's shorten the time. Let's have them spend the night at the hotel 2 nights instead of 4 nights or 5 nights. You know, just make everything cheaper, which is a relative term. You know, they're still paying $500 a night that's for each, you know, when they have, yeah, that's why RV can come in handy. Yeah. Amen. I don't own one. I sleep in my car, but I love being in my car. Or generally I love it. It was hard in Idaho for sure. But generally I like my car. Everybody's like, so are you buying camping? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, do you camp? And I'm like, I don't know what you call it, but I wouldn't necessarily say I sleep in my car, but I say, well, I have a cat, my companion animal, and I stay very close to my car all the time. And I don't like camping and I don't set up a tent. And they're like, oh, okay. Yeah, we'll sell you a tent camping. So anyway, it is now Daytona 500 8 years ago or 10 years ago when I went for 12 days, and I've done it a couple of times, but camping at Daytona was over $1,000. So when I added as many days as, you know, like 5 days was probably $700 or $800. And then you could add, so I had the maximum, but it was over $1,000 for camping. And there was no water, there was no electricity, there was no nothing. You know, they just it was pretty wild. It was pretty wild how they just and I paid it a couple of times. Now I was disabled back then too, so I was like, wow, where am I going to come up with $1,000? But so anyway, there's that. You know, I'm highly recommending going to Daytona. Now it is much fewer days. I'm OCD. I like to see all 5 series, but some people don't care about practice, don't care about qualifying, and they don't care about ARCA and K&N and you know, they want to see Cup, NASCAR Cup Series, and maybe NASCAR Xfinity Series. So they might watch 2 races, two days. So there's ways that, although the Cup race, and these are dated prices, but let's just say, for example, the Cup race is $99, the Xfinity is $49, and the truck is $29. So it's, you know, anyway, you're paying a premium for the one race, but at least you save a little money by just doing the one. So a starting lineup is already, so I'm going to have to print that up. I guess I've missed qualifying, and they're on row 11 through 15. So anyway, let's bring this back down. I'm going to turn on the printer. It's probably a little loud. If you have earbuds, it's probably going to be especially loud. Or that's what I've heard. I don't usually do earbuds, but I do hear people say, wow, that was so loud. I had my earbud on. So let's see here. So anyway, let's just look at it first, because it usually takes a couple minutes to print it up, you know, for them to post it so I can print it up. So I do full screen layout, and then I'm going to go off screen for me too. So anyway, Cole Custer is still on top. Let me go down, so make sure it's current. Make sure all 39 have a time. So Parker Kligerman skidded and hit the wall. So his is 0. So he attempted, but he couldn't do it. I don't know what's wrong with Kyle Busch, but I assume it's done. I don't know what's wrong with Kyle Busch. He should be at the top, but he's 0-0-0, and it's non-live. It's a blue flag, so that means it's done. So anyway, this is roughly the starting lineup, which I'm going to print up as soon as I finish this so that I can highlight it. And, you know, I need all that stuff. So anyway, so I came back on screen for me to make sure there's no comments and stuff. So now I'm going to go back over. So, okay. The starting lineup roughly is Cole Custer, Justin Allgaier, Daniel Hemrick. I like him. I don't know how I missed his name. I like his wife. His wife used to race. She's from Vermont. She raced at Watkins Glen all the time. She was super pretty, super nice, and she gave up her driving to become a wife and a mother. And they're both happy about that. But I'm like, I miss you as a racer. And she's like, oh, thank you for saying that. But she is a great racer. Anyway, Daniel Hemrick, John Hunter Nemechek, Sheldon Creed, Chandler Smith. Chandler, 6th. He's usually in the front row and stuff. Josh Berry, Austin Hill, Ryan Sieg, Riley Herbst. Look at 3 Toyotas in a row. Sammy Smith, Ryan Truex, Kaz Gralla, Parker Reslaff, Sam Mayer, Jeb Burton, Brett Moffitt, Kyle Leatherman, Ryan Ellis, Josh Williams, Brandon Jones, Kyle Sieg, Leland Honeyman, Joe Graff Jr., Anthony Alfredo, Gray Galding, Jeremy Clements. Sorry, I'm stumbling over names. Brendan Poole, Dawson Cram, Garrett Smithley, Bailey Curry, Joey Gase, Patrick Emmerling, Blaine Perkins, Timmy Hill. I love him. He's super nice. Connor Mazak, and then Parker Kligerman. I know he didn't qualify, but yeah, I don't know what happened to Kyle. I have no idea. So it might be that later we find out that he's really on the pole. So, okay, that's, let me remove that from the screen and stop that screen. Okay, so I'm going to go off screen and find this. Okay, I am now off screen. I'm going to go to jski.com. That's where I get all my official NASCAR stuff. That's where NASCAR NASCAR Inc. That's where they got all their. It's a pretty official website. So let me see. It doesn't seem to have the starting lineup yet. Oh, that's Cup. Let me go to Xfinity. I did that earlier. It has practice there. Let me see if it has. Starting lineup is not there yet. So I'll come back. I'll wait for that. So yeah, I'll wait for that. Anyway, I did have, let's see here. So that's the NASCAR Xfinity Series points report for the drivers, and then NASCAR Xfinity Series owners points, which I tend to look at owners because I know them a little better than the drivers, and then the entry list numerically. And there was a TBA. I think it's BJ. Anthony Alfredo. Well, I think I saw that announcement, so I think that's the TBA. Anyway, so let's look at the schedule again. Let me so present, share screen. Kyle Larson tops practice. Share. I think that's all. So let me take that off so we can read it. Now I'm going to do exit full screen layout. I think it's smarter that I leave my. Anyway, I think there's reasons that I'm supposed to leave my picture on the screen instead of I do full screen so that y'all can read it, and it's a feature I can use, but I think I'm supposed to leave my picture up there. So anyway, I don't know if y'all can read it, but I'm going to go off screen. So it is 2:02 p.m. where I'm at, Eastern Standard Time. So Saturday here, Saturday, March 11th, 8 a.m., 10 a.m., 12:30, 2 is NASCAR Cup Series qualifying. It starts at 2, and I think it's 2:05 when they start. So that's 3 minutes from now. And then race day is 3:30. I don't usually do anything with that. And then the qualifications that just finished, the Xfinity Series qualifications, the race is at 4:30. I think green flag is 4:47, I think. So anyway, yeah, let me go. Anyway, let me remove from stream and stop screen. I'm getting hungry. I might try to do some finagling while I started the stream by nuking my tea, so I might bring the laptop over there so I can nuke some food and then eat off screen and all that stuff. So okay, so I need shadow. Man. So NASCAR Cup Series qualification is at 2:05 is when it formally starts, but the broadcast started at 2. So the broadcast started 3 minutes ago, and the qualifying actually starts in 2 minutes. I'm okay. Amen. Thank you for the. I think that's a thumbs up. I can't really read. I can't read really well. Oh, but the food. Yeah, thanks. So I'm gonna go. Let's see here. Present, share screen, share screen. Oh, is that it? I think that is it. So, but I'm back on screen, and I'm back on screen for me. I can see my picture, but I'm back on screen for you all. Now, this the thing my cursor is looping around on, that's NASCAR.com, and that's where the live leaderboard is. Now, sometimes it works early, and sometimes you have to wait for the event to start for it to work. I like to be early, but it's 2:05, but I see a TV commercial. So let me go to that. I'm going to go off screen. So I'm off screen now. And it says Race Center. So let me click on Race Center. And it starts with entry list, I think, but that should change. Let's see what it changes to. Leaderboard, that's a little closer. So leaderboard. Oh, here we go. So it's the leaderboard. That's what we're watching. The yellow is, it hasn't started yet. Time elapsed is 0, best speed 0. And like I said, they're usually, I used to know all these details. Now I'm with streaming, I'm not able to stay up to date on everything. But generally, qualifications, time elapse 23 seconds. So it just started. Ty Dillon just hit the road, hit the track. Pit stall, they're talking about stuff. But anyway, it just went yellow green. I'm not sure what that meant. I hope he didn't already hit the wall. It's not showing on TV, but I'm going to try to watch the beginning to see if something did happen within 20 seconds. Oh, he is racing around. Ty Dillon, that's Austin Dillon's brother. He used to have a really good car, and then he was demoted back to a lower level. He's still in Cup, which is great. I think he was out for a year or so, but he's still in Cup, which is great, but it's not the quality of track that the team that he had. Anyway, as you can see now, Dillon has. So anyway, time behind, but he's the leader, so he's not behind. So the best time is 28.752. Best speed 125, 209. But as I said, the qualifications generally, this is just general, don't quote me, but generally they're in order of from slowest to fastest of practice and are owner points from the lowest to the highest. So ideally, perfectly, conceptually, the provisional PO will change each time a car goes out. They're supposed to get faster and faster and faster and faster. So, I mean, obviously that's not going to happen every time. Someone earlier will run really good and someone later will not run it well at all. So let me look at this. It has 18 names on it right now. They might have a different qualifying. Let me look. They probably have a different qualifying procedure. So Cup qualifying, impound, group A and B. Okay, so they do two different groups. Group A and B, single vehicle, 1 lap, 2 rounds. So I don't know why they do two different groups. So I guess they'll do 18 in one group, 18 in another, and then there's a second round somehow, whatever. Top 5 of each, I think, and then they do the 10 go for the pole. I don't know. I forget. Anyway, we'll sorry. So on my screen, it shows 3 names. Let me look at my TV. It shows 3 names. So they're about on the same time frame. I'm going to move my camera up to the top there so I can watch it. So let's see here. So I want that on. Anyway, I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm going to turn off my printer because it gets jacked up with my laptop on it. But I want to not forget to print up the starting grid for the last thing. So okay, there's 4 on TV. I want to see a change. So let me go off screen. I'm off screen now, so I can't see you. So Cody Ware is 4th, and there's not a 5th time. So let me look. I'm looking at the TV and my screen to see who gets the first. When the 5th driver. Oh, okay. So on my screen, it's the 5th, and now it's 5th on the TV. So they look pretty close. Those were almost at the same time. So after 5 people qualifying, which is probably the 5 slowest, it's Harrison Burton, Noah Gragson, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Cody Ware. Zane Smith. Wow. 38. I think that's Front Row Motorsports. He's Xfinity. So that's, yeah. Anyway, I guess he's in Cup sometimes. So that's him. So Michael McDowell is currently qualifying. He's currently minus point. Oop, he just went to 0. Michael McDowell just qualified on top. So that's on TV. Let's see what it says on the screen here. I don't see it yet. I hate to be what's it called? What's that thing? Spoiler alert. Hope I didn't ruin it for y'all. So now 43 is qualifying. Eric Jones. Eric with a K, Jones, and he's minus 0.00. Oh, now he's on top. Now he's below. It's 0. So Jones is gonna qualify top. So that's theoretically perfectly. That's what's supposed to happen. Each person that qualifies, they go to the top, and then the top, and then the top. So now Tyler Reddick, which is one of my faves. Let me see of the people that qualified. So Eric Jones, Michael McDowell, Harrison Burton, Noah Gragson, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Cody Ware. I like Ty Dillon. So I like one of the top the 7 so far. But I really like Tyler Reddick. He did an interview with me, and he was very grateful, and he was real humble. He gave me all the time in the world. I was saying I'm a TikToker, and I'm a live streamer, and he didn't mind, and he was just super nice. I mean, I can usually interview anybody, but he was especially nice. And I always get mixed up on his time, his car. He qualified 3rd, so he did not go to the top as they're supposed to. Now Corey LaJoie is qualifying, which he's not. I will be very surprised as if he beats Eric Jones or Michael McDowell or Tyler Reddick. I would bet he qualifies 4th or 5th. I don't know. He's not supposed to be ahead of those names for sure. So that might be owner points, or I don't know how they did it. So LaJoie qualified 5th. I think I said 4th or 5th. I think I did. Jarrett, number 9. Someone was just standing there. I don't know who it was. William Byron. Anyway, they're showing a lot of people that I'm not up to. There's a tattooed dude with a beard and in shorts that I'm sure he's famous. And where are they? They're in They're in, where is this? Phoenix. So I'm sure it's a famous Phoenix person, but I don't know what. Big East final today. Xavier Marquette. I'll probably do March Madness, which starts Tuesday, but I'll probably do it. 2 of the days of Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday this coming week, and then 2 of the days of the next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So it might affect motorsports. I've already mentioned that a couple of times in the streams, but tomorrow I'm going to do 2 streams tomorrow, and they're both already scheduled. And one is for the NASCAR Cup Series, but then I scheduled one at 5:50 Eastern Standard Time for Selection Sunday for the March Madness. Anyway, the Cup race green flag is at 3:47. So obviously it will not be done in 2 hours and 3 minutes. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I'm going to maybe try to stream 2 streams, but if I have to pick the Selection Sunday, anyway, I don't want to run people away. I will try to show the Cup, or not the race. I try to do the coverage that I do here. So I'm going to try to double stream if it's possible. I've done it before on other streams, but it will be a toasted. Double down. Ooh, boy, I'm hungry. These commercials are looking good. So, okay, so let me go off screen to look at that results, because it's a TV commercial, which is the food, which I need to avoid. So down there, it has 9 people qualified so far, and they're doing what, 36? Oh, no, 18. So, okay, there's 2 different groups. So this has 18 drivers. William Byron is the 18th to qualify. And then Truex and Bubba and Denny and Kevin. Those are the people at the end. So halfway there, 9 have qualified out of 18 for this group. So it's a 4th total. It goes Eric Jones, still on top. Michael McDowell, Tyler Reddick, Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoy, Noah Gragson, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Cody Ware. And that's it. And Ricky Stenhouse is qualifying now. Still shows 9 on the TV too. But let me, oh my goodness. I unplugged the laptop before. Whoa, I'm not on screen. Hold on. So, remove from stream. So, okay, I got to unplug a couple things from my laptop. And then I'm going to go over here. Don't mind my apartment and stuff. But, whoa. That's a really bright light. Let me see if I can. Ooh. Anyway, hello. I'm going to need to microwave something or get something going. Low. I like your lights around your door. Well, thank you, OTC. It was recommended to me, and I broke down and listened to the recommendations, and I got it. So thank you very much, OTC. I appreciate it. So I apologize for eating during the stream. I mean, the stream was going to be long enough that I would have to eat anyway, but this is, a little sooner than I expected. But so microwave. Wow, those lights are whoo. Sorry for the glare. me move a couple things. They're all in the way here. Whew. Let me see what would happen. Ooh, that's way too dark. Hey. Whoa. Does that help a little bit? I can't tell the difference, but I turned the light on and back just in case. It might improve. Hello, hello, hello. It's a little dark. How's everybody going? So it didn't warm it up as much as I needed it. Yeah, dark. Now it's on my face. I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMilo, or whatever that famous quote is. So I like your lights around your door. Thank you so much. And yeah, dark. Amen. Oh. Okay. Let me put you down one more time. Still dark a little bit, or a lot of it. Okay. I'm going to bring my, ooh, that is really hot. I guess microwaves get things hot. So I'm going to bring that over. Move my tea plate and my tea cup. My device that's in the way. Okay. So let me turn this light out. I forgot to replug my laptop in last time when I unplugged it. Okay, so I'm going to go back up top here so I can just read the TV. I should probably remember to print up that. Let's see here. So stop screen, present, share screen, share screen. So it's a commercial. It was just on the TV and I wanted to read it, but now it's a commercial. So I'm going to leave. I'm going to stay on the screen for y'all, but I'm going to go off screen for me, so I won't be able to see you or the comments. So let's scroll down. Is that? Oh, okay. So all 18 are done for this group. So for half the thing, it's a blue flag, which is non-live. It's done. And the time elapsed is 17 minutes, 52 seconds. The best time is 1:36:57. So, and William Byron was the last person. Now, Eric Jones was like, the third, or, he was the 10th, or he was there pretty early. So I'm surprised he's still second. Anyway, this is only half the field, and they have to do a second round. So this is preliminary results. It has nothing to do with the starting lineup. So to scroll down, William Byron, Eric Jones, Brad Kozlowski is third. Denny Hamlin, Ick, Michael McDowell, Tyler Reddick, Martin Truex Jr., Kevin Harvick, Bubba Wallace, Austin Cindric, Ricky Stenhouse Jr., Justin Haley, Harrison Burton, Corey LaJoie, Noah Gragson, Zane Smith, Ty Dillon, and Cody Ware is Group A. So they're gonna clear that out and do Group B. So let me bring this down here. It's still a commercial, but it's a NASCAR commercial, so that usually means it's getting pretty close to getting back to the race. Okay, so I'm going to start eating while it's pretty warm. I'm going to be off screen a little bit because I don't want to eat on screen, but I want y'all to see stuff. So that's the lights. That's the door and the lights. Those were mentioned as being pretty nice. So thank you. They haven't reset that yet, I don't think. Yeah, William Byron. So that's still Group A. They haven't reset it to do. Oh, yeah. Okay. I may have to refresh. That's what I had to do earlier. "22 seconds. Does show green above it, so hopefully this does reset it. BJ McLeod. There we go. So no, they haven't registered a time yet, but BJ McLeod is the first one in. So BJ McLeod is going to qualify first in Group B, the second group, second of two groups. Todd Gilliland, second. Chase Briscoe, third. Wow, Chase Briscoe, third. That's horrible. So the BJ McLeod just registered. So at 1:27 seconds time elapsed, his best time was 28.194 seconds. Best speed, 1:27.687. Like I said, they're generally going to qualify in reverse speed from slowest to fastest. So theoretically, perfectly, every person that qualifies will become the provisional pole, as Todd Gilliland just did. But that won't happen every single time, but ideally. So anyway, I'm going to keep eating. Wow, this is really good. I'm really hungry, but it's really good. So it's back on screen. Let me go see when the third. I'm going to go off screen here. So it's still just Todd Gilliland first and BJ McLeod second. Chase Briscoe is trying to qualify. They don't have it. There it is. So Chase just went to the top. So his time, 27.7. Todd Gilliland, 28.0. And then BJ McLeod, 28.1, which those are pretty close. Best speed, 129.5 miles per hour, 128.3 miles per hour, and 127.6. So, again, this is very preliminary. So they're only going to get faster and, not stay on the top. Probably gravitate toward the bottom. But, again, I don't totally understand the Group A, Group B stuff. but they do have to, I think it's 36 drivers. 36 drivers, so that's 18 and 18. And then round 2, I think, I'm not sure, don't quote me, but I think they take the top 5 of both, and then those 10 race. I think, I don't know. Something like that. Both the TV and my screen have a 4th driver listed. I can't read it right now. Let me go look at it. A 5th one just registered. So Chase Briscoe on top still, Ryan Preece 2nd, Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon 4th. Oh my goodness. And BJ McLeod 5th. So I would say generally that's not very good for Austin Dillon. He ought to be, I mean, he's not top 5 or 10, but he should probably be better than the. So Josh Berry is qualifying now. That's he's taking Chase Elliott's place tomorrow because Chase broke his leg. OTC, I don't know if by the way, I've got a backup. Let me type this. I've got a backup YouTube channel, which of course I would love to have as many subscribers as possible. And this is going to list the 2 channels, but I am starting to try to learn how to do shorts or reels. And I've done 2. One was about Chase Elliott and the other was about supercars, which races in Australia. And this weekend is their first opening race. So shorts are 60 seconds or less. And then they're called reels on Facebook and Instagram. So I make one video, and I send it to all 4. So I do YouTube JoeHart, YouTube Francis Assistant. So anyway, I don't know if you've seen my 2 shorts. They're only 60 seconds. I would love to get your feedback, especially for the Chase Elliott. If you have an opinion about Chase, whether he should be able to do extreme sports or, if he, anyway, I'd love to get your opinion on that's the first. Anyway, I don't know how they are listed, but I think the first on the left is my second one. So I think you click on the second one, which is the Chase Elliott one. So, let me. Sorry, my computer is messing up here a bit. So I'm trying to print up the starting lineup. I'm going to print it pretty soon, so it's going to be a little loud. I'm going to print it up and within a couple seconds here, fit to printable area. And now I'm going to hit print. So the Xfinity series starting lineup is now going to print. The printer is offline. Guess I didn't turn it on. So I'm going to turn it on and hopefully they'll get it started. The printer is busy. So, okay, now it's going to, so, I'm printing that up now because it was just created. Most things I print up before the stream, but this was, they just had qualifications. So they didn't know starting lineup until like 10 minutes ago. It says 42 minutes ago, but it wasn't there 42 minutes ago. Cole Custer, Justin Agar, Daniel Hemrick. I hope he wins. I like him. And his wife. So who do we got on the top there? Whoopsie, that's not what I wanted. Let's go here. Ty Gibbs is currently on top. Let's see how many have qualified. So 9 have qualified. It's half qualified out of 18. 9 have qualified. And after 9 have qualified, Ty Gibbs, Joey Logano, Josh Berry, AJ Allmendinger, Chase Briscoe, Ryan Preece is top 6. And then Todd Gilliland, Austin Dillon, BJ McLeod. And I probably just beat the 10th. But the 10th being Eric Almarillo, it still shows 0. So he hasn't posted his qualification time yet. Sorry, I should have this up top. Sorry. That doesn't seem to be working. Let me try Twitter and see if I'll kick it off. So Twitter worked. Maybe it's a case, uppercase, lowercase sensitive. Let me try it again. Yeah, I guess it's uppercase, lowercase sensitive. Okay, the TV's on, but it's not showing the names. So let me go off the screen here. Oop, that didn't work. I'm off screen. So let's see. They have 12 showing results out of 18. Kyle Busch is the one qualifying now. He's probably even more motivated to qualify better here because somehow he got a 0. Oh, let me look at the qualification. Kyle Busch, second to last. Yeah, something happened to him. Don't know what happened to him. He could have been, rarely does this happen, but, you know, there could have been schedule conflicts, you know, like Cup is the top priority for him, not Xfinity. So there might have been a team meeting or not a team meeting, driver's meeting at the same time that he was supposed to qualify. So maybe that's what happened because you have to be at it, you know, anyway. So, let's see what happens in this one. So 13. So that means he qualified. Right now, Daniel Suarez is qualified. Let's see what Kyle did. He did go to the top, but just by a little bit. As you can see, currently, Kyle Busch is on top provisional poll, just provisional, 27.627, 27.623. And second is 27.642, which is very close. 19,000th of a second. And then 26.6, 27.66, 27.671. Those are all 27.7. Those are all really close. Top 5 are within 0.07. Top 6 are within 1/10 of a second. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, Josh Berry is 0.093 behind the leader. So that's 1/10. That's less than 1/10 of a second. Top 6 people. Less than 1/10 of a second. OMG. What's this world coming to? So what do we got? We probably have 14. Let me see. So 14 have qualified. We still have four people. The next 4, I mean, Ross Chastain is qualifying right now. He just registered his time. So the last 3 people to qualify is Christopher Bell, Kyle Larson, and Alex Bowman. 16th, 17th, 18th to qualify. So Christopher Bell is most likely on the track now. I see him on the screen. And so 15 have qualified and 3 more to go. Christopher Bell in his Toyota. That's how my mama used to say it. Toyota. Christopher Bell just placed second. So Kyle Busch still on top. Christopher Bell 27.632. 9,000ths of a second. Less than 1/100th of a second. Anyway, I might be getting these numbers wrong, but that's phenomenal. But anyway, okay, so we still have 2 more people. I forget who they were. Alex Bowman was last. And they're big names. Larson. Kyle Larson is second to last, and then Alex Bowman. Yeah, let me see what Bowman does. Or, Larson. So he has registered a time, but he wasn't on top. Kyle Larson is on top. I'm sorry. I was scrolling, and that's when it changed between 1st and 17th. So Kyle Larson, 27.324. That's a big gap. That's 0.3 seconds. And then the other 7 drivers are, 1/10 of a second. So that's huge. So anyway, Alex Bowman for sure is number 1. That's the same team. And he just registered. What did it go? Alex Bowman is 10th. So that's Group B. Pretty soon that green flag will go blue, I think. And then they start. And let's see, they have a cut-up line on the screen. So yeah, top 5. So it's 2 sets of top 5s. So this is Group B. So that would be Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Christopher Bell, Ryan Blaney, Ross Chastain will advance to the second round. And I don't know who the other 5 were, but we covered it, and I said it. And I think that's, as they say in pool, which I don't play pool, they re-rack them. So they'll re-rack those 10 people and do something. Probably just go for the poll. I assume that's what they do. So, okay. So, I say a lot and a lot. I'm trying to become so professional, but not perfect. One of my critiques, want me to not show any human flaws, or so it seems. That's what it sounds like. So let me, I'm going to move back to the kitchen again. Sorry. And the lighting was a little tricky for me over here. The kitchen light is way too bright. Here, let me put this one on. That might be better because it's a little further, but then I can't see. But y'all probably can see. Anyway, I won't be here long. Hello, hello, hello. Where am I? Hello, hello, hello. Just not good lighting. Sorry. Sorry, guys. I'll be right there. I'll be right there. Hello, hello, hello. Things are falling around here. Oh, I put it upside down. So there's a slight break. The break might be over, but there's a slight break between quali round one and round two. So group A and B of round one is done, and now they're starting round two, the top five of each group. Group A, top five, Group B, top five, and those 10 run for the pole and the top 10 position. Oh, golly. Oh, golly. Okay. Let's see here. Hello, hello, hello. Danica Patrick is being interviewed, of course, which I always enjoy seeing her. It's always good to see Danica and her knowledge and her you know. And as an older man, I think she's nice to look at. So I'm going to put the earbuds in. That's going to distract me a bit, but I guess they're interviewing Brad Kozlowski. Oh. Oh, okay. They just zeroed it out. I was going to say it's not zeroed out. No, I guess not. What's going on here? Almost 0.3. Looks like Ross Chastain is going to be first, or I'm not sure. Let me check that stuff out. It's a commercial, so I don't think they've started it yet. But round 2 should be starting shortly. I'm just finishing food. I knew this stream was going to be long enough that I'd have to eat, but I apologize for doing it earlier. So sorry about that. I'm going to go full screen layout, and I'm going to go off screen. So it says time elapsed 000, best time speed 0. So the top 10 that are going against each other, and I think this is in order of them going. Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Brad Keselowski, Kyle Busch, Denny Hamlin, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell, William Byron, Michael McDowell, Eric Jones. And I certainly like a lot of those people. I love Ross Chastain. I love Kyle Larson. I love Brad Keselowski. I really like Kyle Busch. I'll pass on the one. I really like Ryan Blaney. I love Christopher Bell. He's probably my second favorite. I don't like Byron. McDowell, I'm neutral. Jones, I'm neutral. So it's still time elapsed 0. Oh, let me look at the car manufacturers. Hold on. So 5 Chevrolet, 3 Ford, 2 Toyota. 532. Top 2 for the first round were Chevrolet, but all the times can change. On TV, Ross Chastain just got in his car. I think another car is moving. I can't see. Michael McDowell's car is moving on screen. So I guess these are not in order. Time elapsed 41 seconds. That's updated every like 20, 30, 40 seconds. And he still shows 0 as best time and speed. The thing above it just changed, so I think the time is starting to come in. Michael McDowell just placed the first time, best time 27.867, and best time 129.185. I don't know who's second. Still shows 34, so that's a little behind. So, Gur, you're not going to be invited. Stop doing that. I'm going to ban you or mute you if you keep doing that stuff. Don't come in like a bull. Don't come in and invite. You're not going to be invited. Go somewhere else if you're going to play that game. And it didn't work anyway. You tried to do a cute little trick, but it didn't work. You're not going to be invited. See you later. So full screen layout. And I'm going to go off screen. There are now 3 times. Denny Hamlin is current top. Brad Keselowski second. And Michael McDowell third. They're kind of close. Anyway, that will probably change. Those 3. They probably won't be the top 3. Eric Jones is trying to qualify. So there's a 4th. So Eric Jones qualified 4th. Oh, my goodness, out of 4. I wish I knew who. William Byron is next. It happens to be the next name on the list, but I don't think those names are in order. I'm off screen. I'm still doing some stuff. There's a 5th one. William Byron qualified 2nd so far. So we're halfway done. 5 of them are done, and we've got 5 to go. I don't know who's qualifying now. 24. I guess that's William Byron anyway. So I guess the TV's a little delayed. And it went to a commercial. Still a TV commercial, and on screen it still just shows 5 drivers. So I don't know who the 6th qualifier is. I'll be back shortly. Okay, let's see who the 6th driver to qualify. It still shows. Oh, yeah, it still says. I probably need to refresh it. It still shows 5 here. Let me refresh it, see if it changes. Still shows 5. Maybe someone wrecked. But the 5 drivers, I don't know what order they in, but the 5 drivers still to qualify is Ross Chastain, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell. I think Kyle Larson is last because he was the fastest. So I guess those are numerical. Okay, 1, 5, 8, 12, 20. So those are numerical. I wish they did it in speed. Ross Chastain is qualifying right now. He probably is the 6th one. Yeah, they show 5. So, yeah, Ross is going to be the next one to qualify. So, Ace, you going to just sit there and try to hide or what? Kind of try to sneak in another one of those things? So, it's 6 people qualified. Denny Hamlin, William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Ross Chastain, Michael McDowell, Eric Jones. And the 4 to go, Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, Ryan Blaney, Christopher Bell. And as y'all usually know, I hope Denny doesn't win. It's the pole. It's not the race. It's just the pole. But it's still, it's pretty critical. It's good stuff. Sorry, I'm getting the printer ready for this qualifying. Anyway, let me move this up. Whoa, I don't have anything plugged into this thing. The battery and the Ethernet, or that's the printer. So let's see here. What do we got here? 7. I don't see the 7th name. Ryan Blaney qualified 6th of 7. I think they're supposed to be getting faster. So there's Christopher Bell, who's qualifying right now, 8th, and then Kyle Busch, and then Kyle Larson. I don't know why Kyle Busch would be 8th. He had no time, I think. Oh, no, that was the other series. Exit full screen. So anyway, I'm gonna be working on the Xfinity starting lineup. I don't believe I have a stutter, but I think I'm trying to think of the word. I think that's what I'm doing, but it seems to be a fairly new thing for me. I mean, I always struggle on what word to use, but this seems, and there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just mentioning it and talking about it. So Busch is qualifying. He's way back. They show the ghost car of the number one car. So they show Hamlin on the racetrack with them. And Busch is way far away. So Busch slated into 8th. So now there's one car left. Come on, Kyle Larson. Beat that MFer. Come on, Kyle Larson. I really want him to get the pole. Really, really, really. And he's right on top of the ghost car. And then the ghost car goes past him. Denny Hamlin did a really good time for some reason. He's slightly ahead, slightly behind. Slightly ahead. Come on, Larson. Get up there. Yes. Yes. Larson, 27.642. Hamlin, 27.709. Byron, 27.709. 707, I meant that. Christian. Sorry. Hey, bud. Let's go, Kyle Larson. Looking good so far. Hell yeah. Sounds like you're watching it. Yeah, I mean, did that ghost car, the way they do that ghost car, that's really wild. What'd you think? That was great, wasn't it? So that's it. Larson is on the pole. Hamlin's on the front row. Boo. I don't think I hit mute. It looked like I almost just hopped on to see your reaction. Well, I'm sure you mean that I don't like Hamlin. So, yeah, I'm glad he didn't get it. But second, being on the front row, he does weird things. He occasionally shows up and does really well. Oh, wait, I hit the wrong button. Let me try this again. Remove from stream. That's what I meant to do. Yeah, I meant to put me on screen. So, yeah, so anyway, top 10. Larson, they just moved the screen. But anyway, it's on that other screen. Let me see. Where is it? So Kyle Larson's the pole. Denny Hamlin's the front row. William Byron, Brad Keselowski, Christopher Bell, Ross Chastain, Michael McDowell, Ryan Blaney, Kyle Busch, Eric Jones. Top 10. Top 10. And it goes Chevrolet, Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Toyota, Chevrolet, Ford, Chevrolet, Chevrolet. There's a lot of Chevrolets up there. So, yeah, Christian, what do you think? Hell yeah. Amen. So, yeah, that was good stuff. We like that. Sorry, as I was saying earlier, I'm still working on we just covered Xfinity's qualifying, but I didn't print up the starting lineup because it didn't exist. So it just existed. I just printed it up, but then I do my LCD stuff to it. So I'm going to work on that right now. Kyle Larson just got the pole, so that will probably take. Hey, no problem. Thanks for stopping by to see my reaction. I'm about to hop off, though. Good seeing you, man. Well, good luck. I hope. I mean, you do really like Kyle Larson, right? You're not trying to cheer along with me, right? So anyway, so he's on the pole. Good luck with him tomorrow. And then today, who is the pole? Kyle, Cole Custer. Daniel Hemrick is third. I'd love Daniel Hemrick to win today's race. But anyway, thanks for coming, Christian. Have a good day. And yeah, assuming you like Kyle Larson, congrats on the pole and enjoy the race tomorrow. Woohoo! Yeah, buddy. So what do we got next? I think the next thing is the race. Let me check the schedule here. So Cup qualifying was from 2:05 to 3:30. Wow, that's early. They're done 22 minutes early. Right? 12:05 to 1:30. That's 2:05 to 3:30. Yeah, it's scheduled. They're usually not off by that much. But anyway, they finished 20 minutes early or 21 minutes later. You know, early. They definitely ended early. So the NASCAR Xfinity race is later today, and I'm going to be on the same stream. And it's the broadcast is scheduled for 4:30. I mean, locally the broadcast is 2:30, which is Mountain Time, so that's 4:30 Eastern Time. So that's in an hour and 21 minutes. The broadcast starts, and then anyway, that's really early. Okay, I'm going to make a managerial decision and decide to end this stream because it stopped. The qualifications ended 22 minutes early, so now that's an hour and a half, 2 hours before the next race. A green flag is 4:47, I think. So that's an hour and 37 minutes. So yes, I will go ahead and end it. I don't want to waste your all's time or my time. I want to get ready for tonight and tomorrow. So anyway, thank you, everybody. Thank you for all the comments. Thank you for the live streamers. I mean, the live viewers. Thank you for the playback, the recorded viewers. And yeah, well, let's see here. Sorry, just doing a little bit of things here. Copy and close. Okay, so I needed to copy that. Okay, so anyway, Kyle Larson's on the poll for Cup tomorrow. Cole Percussor is on the poll for today. Broadcast starts at 4:30, which is an hour and 19 minutes. And then the green flag is 4:47, I think. Don't quote me on that, but I think it's 4:47. So that's an hour and 36 minutes from now. So anyway, thank you to all the live viewers. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the replay viewers. Thank you to all the streams that watch me, Facebook, and to shout them out and to thank them. Facebook profile, Facebook page. I have two. I don't quite understand the difference. LinkedIn profile. And then my newest is I have two YouTubes. I have YouTube JoeHart and then YouTube. Let me. Can't read anything. Hopefully that will print out my two addresses. So anyway, so yeah, I'll go ahead and thank you to my two YouTube channels. One's a backup, of course. And then Twitch, thank you. I'm still learning from y'all. And then Twitter, still having some problems, but my Twitter, my secondary, my backup channel there is working. So anyway, thank you very much. I'll do my usual Ed broadcast twice. Check out all those platforms. The comments will still work, and then I'll leave studio after a few minutes. So the comments will be open for a couple minutes. Thank you very much, everybody. OTC especially. And I got it. I don't know where these comments go, but I'm going to say thank you to Tifa. So thank you to Sitha, OTC, Christian, and everyone. Okay. All right. So end broadcast. 3, 2, 1. Just clicked it. Okay. Now end it again. End broadcast it in